Have you ever wondered why, despite living in a world full of opportunities and advancements, teenagers are increasingly falling into the grips of depression? This question raises a critical concern about teen depression, a common yet serious issue often overlooked in our fast-paced society. Teen depression isn't a simple mood swing or a surge of teenage angst. It's a potent, profound struggle that can cast a shadow over a teenager's life, causing an overwhelming sense of despair and solitude. Unfortunately, these feelings of desolation and hopelessness are more than just a phase for many. In this video, we'll delve into the depths of teen depression, shedding light on what it really is, beyond the stereotypes and misconceptions. We'll discuss the signs and symptoms to look out for, the treatments available, and most importantly, what each of us can do to help. So, let's dive deep into understanding this complex issue affecting our young generation. First, we need to understand what teen depression is. Teen depression is a serious mental health issue that affects adolescents around the globe. It's not just the occasional blues or a case of the Mondays. It's a deep, persistent feeling of sadness or loss of interest that seeps into every aspect of a teen's life, making everyday tasks feel insurmountable and every moment filled with an overwhelming sense of despair. It differs from the normal ups and downs of teenage life. Everyone has bad days where the world seems stacked against us. But for someone with teen depression, these bad days turn into bad weeks, then bad months. It's not merely a reaction to a rough day at school or a bad breakup. It's a constant presence, a shadow that colors every experience with its dark hue. Teen depression is often underplayed or misunderstood, dismissed as typical teenage moodiness, but it's important to recognize that it's far more serious and impactful than that. It's a real, profound struggle that affects all aspects of a teenager's life: their academic performance, their relationships, their physical health, and their sense of self. One of the most concerning aspects of teen depression is how it can warp a young person's perspective. It can make them feel hopeless and worthless, trapping them in a cycle of negative thinking that's hard to break free from. It's like wearing a pair of glasses that only let you see the world in shades of gray, draining the color and joy from life. Teen depression can also manifest in physical symptoms, like changes in appetite or sleep patterns, which we'll delve deeper into in the next section. But it's important to remember that teen depression is not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's a complex interplay of genetic, biological, environmental, and psychological factors. And most importantly, it's treatable. Now that we understand what teen depression is, we can better recognize its signs and symptoms. Identifying teen depression can be challenging. Let's understand the symptoms and signs. Depression in teens can manifest in a multitude of ways, and it's not always as clear-cut as we may think. It's not just about feeling sad. It's a complex condition that can affect every aspect of a teenager's life. One of the most noticeable symptoms is a significant change in behavior. You know how teenagers are: energetic, vibrant, and full of life. But when depression strikes, there could be a marked shift in this energy. The teen might seem less enthusiastic, more lethargic, and generally disinterested in things they once loved. Sleep disturbances are another common symptom. Teens typically love to sleep, a lot, but with depression, they might either sleep excessively or struggle to get a good night's rest. It's a tricky sign to spot, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Academic decline can be a red flag, too. If a teen who used to perform well in school suddenly starts to struggle, it might be more than just a tough semester. Depression can make it difficult to concentrate and maintain motivation, which can lead to a drop in grades. Withdrawal from social activities is another sign. Teens are social creatures. They love hanging out with friends, attending parties, participating in clubs and sports. But a teen battling depression might start to pull away from these activities. They might spend more time alone, and they might seem uninterested in socializing. These are just a few of the symptoms and signs of teen depression. It's important to remember that every teen is unique, and they might not exhibit all these symptoms. The key is to look out for any significant changes in their mood, behavior, or daily habits. Let's not forget, recognizing these symptoms is not an accusation. It's about understanding, empathy, and support. We're not here to label or judge. We're here to help and understand. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards getting the necessary help. Depression isn't a sign of weakness or something that can be overcome with willpower. It often requires treatment. Now, let's delve into the various treatment options available for teen depression. First and foremost, professional help plays a pivotal role in managing teen depression. We've all heard the saying, "A problem shared is a problem halved." Well, in the case of depression, this couldn't be more accurate. Therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy and interpersonal therapy, has been shown to be quite effective. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps teens change negative patterns of thinking and behaving, while interpersonal therapy assists in improving communication and relationship skills. Let's not forget about the role of family therapy as well. It can be incredibly beneficial in helping the entire family understand and cope with a teen's depression. Remember, an environment filled with understanding and empathy can work wonders for a teen struggling with depression. Then, there's medication. Antidepressants can be effective in treating teen depression. They work by balancing brain chemistry, a factor believed to be involved in depression. However, it's important to note that medication isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, and it's not always the first line of defense. Each individual is unique, and what works for one might not work for another. It's crucial to discuss these options with a healthcare provider to ensure the most appropriate treatment plan is in place. In some cases, a combination of both therapy and medication is the most effective approach. And while these treatments can be highly effective, they're not instant solutions. Patience is key. It can take time to feel the benefits of therapy or medication, but that doesn't mean they're not working. Additionally, lifestyle changes can also have a significant impact on managing depression. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, adequate sleep, and reducing screen time can all contribute to improved mental health. Getting help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a step towards regaining control and happiness. It's about understanding that it's okay to ask for help, and that seeking treatment is a brave and important step towards a brighter, happier future. So, what can you do if you or someone you know might be dealing with teen depression? Well, the first step is to acknowledge the situation. Depression is not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's a serious health condition that requires attention and care. Recognizing this is crucial to understanding and addressing the issue. If you suspect that a teenager you know might be dealing with depression, it's important to talk to them openly about their feelings. Remember, this isn't about prying or trying to fix them. It's about offering an empathetic ear, reminding them that they're not alone and that it's okay to feel the way they do. Encourage them to express their feelings, whether it's through conversation, writing, art, music, or any other medium that they're comfortable with. Sometimes being able to externalize what they're feeling can be an effective way of dealing with it. It's also vital to encourage professional help. A lot of the time, there's a stigma around seeking therapy or counseling, but it's important to remember that mental health professionals are trained to help manage and treat depression. They can provide the necessary tools and strategies to cope with it. So, if a teen is showing signs of depression, suggest they reach out to a trusted adult, a school counselor, or a mental health professional. Now, if you are the one who's dealing with depression, know that it's okay to ask for help. Reach out to someone you trust and let them know what you're going through. There's absolutely no shame in seeking support. You don't have to face this alone. Creating a supportive environment is another critical aspect of addressing teen depression. Whether it's at home, in school, or within friend circles, fostering an atmosphere of understanding, empathy, and acceptance can make a significant difference. And remember, it's okay to not be okay. What's not okay is to ignore it or let it fester. Depression is a battle, but it's one that can be fought with the right tools and the right support. Remember, everyone can play a role in helping to address teen depression. Depression can be debilitating, but it doesn't have to define a person's life. And that's the key takeaway from our discussion today. We've taken a close look at teen depression, a topic that is all too often misunderstood. We've unraveled what it truly means, taking the mystery out of this complex issue. We've laid out the signs and symptoms, clues that can help us recognize when a young person might be struggling. We've explored the treatment options available, proving that there is always a way forward, a path towards healing. And most importantly, we've shared what you can do, the actions you can take to make a difference. The power to change a life is in your hands. By understanding, recognizing, and addressing teen depression, we can all play a part in creating a more supportive world. By shedding light on teen depression, we can create a more understanding and supportive environment for our teens to thrive.